Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about my dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing all my American Girl dolls that I have multiples of, meaning dolls that are characters that may have had multiple releases, but they're the same character. So it could be like a Be Forever plus a regular Pleasant Company original release. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be showing my Claudie mold dolls because at this point I have enough of them to fill up an entire video, which is coming when I do all my Claudie mold doll videos. So I think that's probably all I have to say for the rules of this video, and I should get started with a doll that I never saw becoming an obsession of mine until I saw this doll. And it's my very first Samantha, who I know I've talked about her a lot on here. So it's like, what else can I possibly say that I haven't already said? Nothing. So let me say it all again. I got her as a birthday present. And I've said many times that out of all the original historical dolls, like the pre-Mattel dolls, she was my least favorite character out of all of them. Just something about her aesthetic. It was so stupid to say this, but something about her aesthetic didn't appeal to me. And just the look of her fancy, like her wardrobe being so fancy and cute and precious. I don't know why it didn't appeal to me, but after I saw this doll listed kind of locally, I had to drive pretty far to pick her up. Something about her just called to me and I fell in love with her. And yes, I have shown her so many times that most of you will be like, you're not going to show her close again, are you? Of course I'm going to show her up close again. Look at this precious little face. So another thing, she's probably not actually a dreamer doll because Samantha doesn't have dreamer dolls, but she's got dreamer elements, so I call her my dreamer Samantha. And she's wearing what was always my favorite Samantha outfit, the midi outfit. And before I got this doll, I always wondered, who could I put this doll on that it would make a lot of sense? And then one day I just went and got the Samantha doll. And so that was the first thing I had to do, was seek out this doll for her. And because she broke the seal of me falling in love with Samantha, it kind of opened my eyes to other Samantha dolls and the rest of her collection. And so it wasn't long after that I ordered this Be Forever Samantha, who was also kind of local, but she had to be mailed to me. And she came with a little bit of a collection, so that's kind of how I justified buying her, because I thought, oh, not only does she look really cute, because there is something about this Be Forever Samantha's face that I fell in love with. This is my favorite Be Forever Samantha outfit, as anachronistic as it is, and typically almost like cheesy girly. But there was something about it that really spoke to me about being just a classic doll, regardless of how era appropriate and accurate she looks. And another thing that was inaccurate about this dress was the neckline that originally came down here, most of the dresses at that time would have been up high. So what I did was, she must have been from the Costco set, because she came with the Costco Christmas dress, which is very plain, like a plain version of the Be Forever tartan Christmas dress. So I thought, you know what? If I am ever going to dress her up in the Christmas dress, it's not going to be this one. So I took like a little rooting tool and I unstitched the neckline that was around that dress and I put it on this dress. So now it's like dual purpose, because not only does it make the neckline look a little bit more accurate for the time, it covers up all that cloth body that was showing. I put the Be Forever accessory necklace on here, meat accessories necklace, but it didn't distract enough from the cloth body and the neck joint that always bothers me so much. So this was probably silly or reckless, because then I kind of wasted a dress. But to me, it was already a waste of a dress because I was never going to put it on her, being so plain. And now that I had, a Be Forever Samantha and this perfect Samantha that nobody was ever going to be cuter than, for the record, I've only seen, she's so different looking, and I don't know why she looks the way she does, what era that means she's from. People have told me she's a transition tan body around 1991, 92, but I'm not an expert. I just go by what people tell me, and then I think, okay, you know better than I would. But I have seen another doll who looks similar to her in a Facebook group once since I bought mine. So I don't know how often she comes up, but people often ask about her because she is cute and unique looking. So I should have probably thrown that in there. But from this doll, I started looking more into Samantha's, like the historical accuracy of her outfits. And I fell in love with a few things. And when I bought this midi dress, it came up, the seller was selling some other things that I sort of bundled together to have it all shipped together. So I had her school uniform, and I was thinking that I would dress her or redress her like change her outfit, but I have this problem where when I love an outfit so much in a doll, I'd never want to take it off them. And then luckily, somebody locally was selling an old PC Pleasant Company Samantha. And so I messaged them because they were like about a 15-minute drive from where I live. So I remember when I messaged them, I asked them, is she squishy? Is she an old Pleasant Company doll? Because I was still really new to the experience of collecting the Pleasant Company doll, but I was so smitten by this Samantha and the way she felt, like like you can squeeze their heads and stuff like that. So I was just so smitten that I wanted to make sure that I got A, Pleasant Company dolls, and B, dolls that don't look alike. Because there's something about Samantha that I hope you'll see as I bring them all up here, which is part of the reason I'm doing this. They all seem to have a different, I don't know if they were from different release times or if they're just minor differences in production, but I find they all look so different. And I've only seen it with Samantha. So this one, I, again, don't know what era she's from, but when I got her, she had the loosest limbs I had ever felt on a doll. It was, I could pull her arms and see the string inside. So I did probably the cheapest kind of restringing or string tightening you can do. I just, removed all the stuffing and everything, and then I pulled on the string that's inside and just wrapped like hair elastics around it, which is, I don't like it. One day I'm going to learn to do a proper restringing and fix her because she just, you can feel all these little bumps inside her where the hair elastics is. And it's just, even though I don't play with my dolls like that, it bothers me knowing that exists. But anyway, back to the dolls. She doesn't usually come with the pinafore. This is from her birthday outfit. But when I was watching, I was watching Lady Rebecca Fashion's videos to understand a little bit more about historical accuracy to the outfits. And she said that this school outfit was really pretty accurate, except it was missing a pinafore and she should have had boots. So these are Rebecca's school uniform boots with what would be Samantha's school outfit and the pinafore from her birthday outfit. And then the bow, which also is accurate, having a big bow on her head from this that came with this dress. So another thing about my Samantha dolls, this is one of my really smelly dolls that I think I might be getting used to because I smelled it when I first pulled her up, and nose blindness, I'm getting used to it. That can't be a good thing. So she was probably, at the time I got her, my smelliest doll. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, it's just somebody's told me it's the old vinyl that's kind of deteriorating. And to some people it smells like wax, like crayons, but to me it smells like an old shed. So I must have had somebody in my family must have had really old toys when I was a kid. So that's what I associated with, some like old shed smell. So I think that's all I need to say about this Samantha, school Samantha. I also have her desk, which is in rough shape, but it's an old desk, right? It's from the 1900s. So I don't mind that it's in rough shape. So that's where I have her positioned. And then this next doll, next Samantha, when I bought her, because the other Samantha outfit I was really in love with is her tea gown. I think that's all it's called, it's the tea gown, but and then you can buy the socks, and I'm pointing at this doll as if she's wearing it, but she's not. As if, you could buy it all, you buy the pieces separately, but for me, I wanted to buy another Samantha because one day I was going to hunt for that outfit. And so I bought this doll from someone, I bought from her many times. She's kind of local too. I'm going to say that a lot. Maybe not for this video, but I say it a lot. And so once I had her in my possession, I bought her with no clothes. So she had nothing and I didn't know what to put her in for the meantime. And then somebody was selling this outfit in a doll group. And it was sitting there for so long. It had been sitting there for a bit, and I went searching for it because I saw it and I was like, oh, that's not on my list. And I don't really love it, but it kind of played with my mind as all these things do when I'm collecting. And so I remember I went in a panic, like, what if somebody bought it by now that I've decided I want it? But it was still there. I don't think anybody wanted it because it's missing the life preserver. And I was like, I'm just going to put it on her temporarily until I find the tea outfit. But obviously you know what that means. I loved it so much, I had to keep her in it because these things always look better in person. And I know that's such a cliche, broken record thing to say, but look, it is so cute. But, and also there was a pamphlet that came with it. And when I looked at the doll in the pamphlet, I'm like, oh, this looks exactly like this doll. Because, I was saying they all look kind of unique and different from each other. And so I had convinced myself that she was the doll from the pamphlet they were showing. And then I got it opened up. I'm like, I will do anything to convince myself to buy another outfit or something that I want from my collection because I'm insufferable when it comes to collecting. So yeah, this is her permanent outfit. It's not going to be one of Samantha's summer outfits, even though it's summer. She's going to wear it all winter. I just love it too much that I can't take it off her either. And that's a theme to anybody who's either new to my videos, might even be a theme in this video. Who knows? I have a lot of dolls to show. I have a lot of multiples. And the next doll, I don't remember buying this doll. But what I think is, because I found this doll, an outfit for this doll, I needed another Samantha to one day wear the tea gown. So that's what this doll is. She's kind of like in waiting. So I'm just like I'm not on the hunt for the outfit, but if I've ever come across it, I will pounce. But I want it complete, so that's why I haven't gotten it yet, because I've seen it in pieces, and just the idea of, buying two things separately and the shipping and all that stuff, it just doesn't seem worth it. So I'm being very patient because there's always something going on. It's not like I'm sitting around not buying anything else waiting for this dress. There's plenty to buy in the American Girl world and the other things I collect. So that's why she's here. This hat I ended up buying in that lot that I mentioned earlier with the midi outfit. And I really have no memory of where I got this doll. I would assume it was somewhere in Canada. I'm in Canada. To anybody who hasn't seen any of my other videos, I say it in pretty much every video. So I would imagine she must have been a good price, and that I saw her and thought, oh, she's the perfect doll to buy and have in waiting for the tea dress, tea gown, tea outfit. But I thought I was done. And then I was, of course, in another Facebook, another like doll group looking at dolls, and somebody had put up what looked like the most the most beautiful Samantha doll, as if I hadn't already had 5 of the most beautiful Samantha dolls I'd ever seen. And there's this is going to sound a little bit shady to me, but I promise I did try my best to have proper etiquette because, in the doll groups, if somebody says I'm interested, I want to see more pictures, you kind of stand back and let them decide if they're going to, it's either that or, sold. I'm completely convinced, but somebody had expressed some interest in this next Samantha I'm about to show. And from the very first picture that the seller put up, I was smitten, and I could see she needed to be cleaned up and it would really make her shine. And maybe because that's part of what I like about buying the old dolls is seeing the potential, getting them home, cleaning them up, and then they become like new dolls. They look so different just from a little bit of magic eraser. And so the interested buyer was asking for a lot of pictures, and every next picture that the seller put up, I was like, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, why isn't she pouncing? So I was like trying not to be like sold next. I didn't want to create some kind of pressure and just be a jerk. It's a Canadian Facebook group, by the way, so maybe there is that over politeness that we have a reputation for, because really I should have pounced. But anyway, what ended up happening was after I saw that she had asked for all these pictures, and I waited like an hour, I waited 2 hours, and I was like, okay, she has not gotten back. She's put up all these pictures, and I've been interested since I, noticed the post, even though I was a little bit late to the party. And so I just said, if the person is not interested, I would sold. I was saying like sold next or whatever. So then the seller did message me and say, yeah, she keeps asking for more pictures, and I haven't heard back from her, so I don't know if she's interested. And if you are happy with the doll, and then she was kind of, almost like, I guess the other, with the person asking for so many pictures, she was getting a little nervous, like, this is a really old doll, and I just want you to know that she's not going to be perfect. And I was like, no, I've seen the pictures. She's perfect. And so this doll I know was in Canada, and not only was she being sold for cheap, it was during October, and in October in Canada, when our post is not on strike, there's this every Tuesday is free shipping. So you get a free shipping code if you have like a small business account. So she said not only did she sell her to me for only, I think it was $50 Canadian, $50 Canadian. What's the math on that? Under $40 US. Let me say it was like that cheap. And she just looked so precious, and free shipping. So I could not have found a better deal. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to put her in. I don't even have another outfit that I want. But her hair was, because she was also I think she came with a meat outfit too. But because her hair looked good down, I was like, I'm going to order her. I'm going to be patient like I am with the tea outfit and look for her Pleasant Company nightgown. And then like maybe 2-3 weeks later, somebody was selling it locally. But then Canada Post went on strike. But anyway, let me just show her up close. Because after all that, like, I was so in love with her. Don't you see it? Am I just this deluded doll collector? Or are these dolls, all 6 of these Samantha dolls, oddly unique from each other? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I like, to me, they all have like their own personality, not just the way they look, but there's just the way they carry themselves, like dolls carry themselves. That's what I'm saying, where it's like, there was something so addictive about Samantha. The one doll I said, I don't need her. She's not for me. And now, out of all of the multiples, Claudie Mold dolls aside, she's the one I have the most of. So I think I've said all I need to say about these Samantha dolls. And I'm going to work my way down quantity-wise. So I'm starting with Samantha, who has 6, and work my way down to the pairs. So let me get the Samantha dolls up behind me and get on to the next batch. A quick note before I move on to the next character. I forgot to mention when I brought the last Samantha out that the outfit she's wearing, it's an old American Girl of Today outfit that I very recently got. It was only a couple of videos ago that I shared it. And it's not for Samantha, of course, but I thought it kind of suited her character. It's called the Paisley dress, if anybody's curious. And the seller, after I uploaded the video and talked about, I thought it suited her because of the parasol. The seller let me know she ended up watching the video because I told her about it. And she told me that the umbrella doesn't go with the outfit. It's an old souvenir that she had from when she was a kid. And I think her brother or a sibling laughed about how much it suited the outfit. So she put it with it. So if anybody's ever looking for that outfit and they think it's incomplete because of me, sorry, it doesn't go with the outfit. So now I think I've said all I needed to say. I had to change the camera angle because when I put the dolls behind me, they're all cut off and I want you to be able to see them while I'm talking. So sorry if I gave you vertigo after this segment started. But now the next character, the character I have the next most number of is Addie. And so originally when I got into, or when I decided I wanted an Addie doll, I actually liked the Be Forever Addie the most. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on a good angle. So let me talk about her from here and then I'll bring her closer. So what I liked about the Be Forever Addie is the eyebrows that she has, because most of you would know that the older dolls all have the line eyebrows. I think I always called them pencil eyebrows because they're like pencil thin. And it just didn't seem like something a child would have had, back in history. And then what I really loved about having her as a Be Forever Addie was my favorite Addie outfit. Yes, my very favorite Addie outfit is the Be Forever school outfit. The little bows in her hair, the little velvet bows, and it's just, the second I saw this outfit, I knew I wouldn't be able to change her, because I never can. But I also thought at that time that I would only need the one Addie, because I don't think, aside from Claudia, I had any multiples yet, and ever thought I would get any multiples aside from Claudia. So it was a while that she was the only Addie in my collection, because the next Addie I technically I got her to customize her. And so I've shown this doll many times on here. And her name is Onika. Obviously, I got her to be part of Nikki and Isabel's world. She's Nikki's best friend. But for the doll, it's an old Mattel doll. And I got her, so I didn't know the difference back when I got her. I used to call her my Pleasant Company Addie because that's how clueless I was when I was collecting. I'd never had a Pleasant Company doll before. Thought I did, but I didn't. And so she was just like a Mattel doll. I now have no idea. She seems older than an anniversary Addie. And when I bring up my anniversary Addie, because I have one, I can show you that their complexion's very different. So I don't think that I think she's older, very loose limbs. Her wig is terrible, which was part of the reason I bought her, because I bought a doll based around this wig. So this is a Monique wig, which people have shared with me is an online store that I believe is closed down, and they used to sell a lot of BJD ball jointed doll clothes and wigs. And I think when the sites closed down, things went on sale or clearance, whatever. And somebody very close to me, so I think out of everybody I buy from, she's the closest seller. Because I live in Toronto, which is like a big city in Canada. So it's pretty easy to buy and sell here, within Canadian limits, let's say, because I don't find a lot of the older stuff here. It's just very, the last 20 years, let's say. So I bought from that seller a lot. And when when this wig went up, I went into like hyperdrive, like somebody, pounce and like, don't just say sold, be like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Because that's how long of a drive it was to get to her. Because I just love this wig so much. I had to, like I said, figure out the doll from there. It was like wig first, doll next. And so I just thought, I only had to Be Forever Addie at that point. And like I said, I thought it was Pleasant Company Addie. And so it just seemed like the perfect thing. And she's wearing the jumper from, if you're curious, she's wearing the jumper outfit from 30 times I've said that, the re-release for Nikki and Isabel's collection. So it's Nikki's outfit. And then she's got some CYO accessories, and this heart necklace was just bought from a Canadian seller on Etsy. And yeah, she's been one of my favorite dolls ever since I've had her, and that has not changed. And so I don't remember what possessed me to suddenly want another Addie. I think it's because at this point I didn't have her full meat outfit. She just came with her meat dress. I don't know. I thought if I find anyway, it was just I'm always looking for an excuse, like I said, to buy more stuff. And somebody was selling the anniversary Addie, which I didn't know how special she would be when I bought her. Like I didn't know how different she was from the other Addies because I didn't really have enough to compare her to yet. And then so this is the anniversary Addie. Let me bring her closer because like I said, she's got a bit more of like a clay complexion. She's not as, like her skin tone's not, I don't want to say as rich as the other Addie dolls, but I'm hoping you can see from the girls in the background that she just has this complexion that none of my other skin tone 30 dolls have. I think she's 30. But anyway, all my dolls look different skin tone wise. So it's really hard for me to sit here and say steadfast, that's what she is. And so I bought her with the old birthday outfit in Snood, but because it was older, it didn't fit as nice as the re-release one, which ended up coming out maybe a month later. Within a month, this was what she's wearing was re-released. And I could not get the other Snood. Her hair didn't look right. Nothing was happening. Like nothing was making this doll look good. And then I realized it's because like the elastication had gone from around the Snood. So I have the original birthday outfit in Snood just as, a collector's piece, but she only wears this version because it just looks a lot better. And then obviously if the re-release version of the outfit came out, I had to get the re-release version of Addie herself because she came with the full meat outfit and accessories. She's not holding the accessories because I don't want to make too much of a mess when I'm trying to, talk about all these dolls. And so back to the line eyebrows, just like the anniversary doll. The very thing I didn't like about the older Addie dolls, all of a sudden I wanted to have a different version of Addie with those line eyebrows because that's the way I am, unhinged. And I didn't bring up the other dress to show you, but one thing I noticed when I was unboxing her and comparing her to the other Addie dolls is in person, this dress, the color of it is so close to the older version of the dress. But on camera, I'm looking over the monitor, it looks so vibrant. It does not look like that in real life. And in real life, it's a lot softer. It must be the materials they're using now are just probably cheaper, but the colors show up differently on video. So if you need to look at her close up for any reason, this is the newest version of Addie. Meet Addie. And she didn't come with her bonnet on, but I'm sorry, I just wanted to point out I did a really nice job on that bow. I feel like I usually can't. And then I thought I was done with Addie, but of course I wasn't because after all these, I discovered the real magic of Pleasant Company dolls, and I felt like I have to have at least one Pleasant Company of each of the original dolls. And I'm almost, yeah, I think I have all I need. I have to keep forgetting that. Don't say I want more. So the last doll I'm going to show is my most recent Addie, and it is the maybe around 1992 or 93 version of Addie. I forget what the seller said because I don't really worry about I don't really worry about where they're from. I care about how much I look at it and I just see something in the doll itself. And I know it makes me sound a little, not stupid, but it makes me sound like I don't care. But the thing is, I just care about the doll itself. And to just talk a little bit more about the Pleasant Company, the vinyl is so soft and smooth and it's almost skin-like. I hate saying that because out loud it sounds really weird, but it's nice on a doll. And the one thing about the Pleasant Company Addie is her eyebrows are so light, you can barely see them. So she gives me like Whoopi Goldberg vibes in the color purple because Whoopi Goldberg doesn't have eyebrows at all. And so that's another thing I really like about the Pleasant Company version of my Addie dolls. And so I put her in the Be Forever Sunday Best outfit, which is kind of strange to do. I feel like it's a bit of a strange thing to do with a Pleasant Company doll, but they come together. It's like my favorite Be Forever. No, this is my favorite Be Forever outfit, but my next favorite Be Forever outfit on my favorite version. Is she my favorite version of Addie? How do I say this? When I look at something, that's my favorite. I look over there. Oh no, that's my favorite because I buy them because I love them. And it's not like, anyway, I could go on, as I usually do, but I think I've said enough about the Addie dolls, and I'm going to move on to the next batch and put these girls behind me. As I was adding Addie to the collection behind me, I realized I called Samantha's dress the Paisley dress. That's another dress I got at the same time. It's the periwinkle dress. I swear one day I'm going to get better at it. No, I'm not, and it's fine. I also changed the camera angle again because now that I'm getting small, like, down to the smaller multiples, I think this is probably the optimal view. We'll see. And so the next character I have, the character I have the next most of this time is Kirsten. Another one who I, at one point, would not have thought I would have, and maybe any of, never mind multiples, because when I first started collecting, you start with the ones, you kind of focus in on the ones you love the most and then work your way through it. Eventually have everything. I don't know if I'll have everything. Maybe. Who knows? But so the first Kirsten I ended up adding to my collection was the re-release that came out a couple months back. And I thought, that's all I'll ever need. Now I have her and I'm done. And it's kind of a special thing to have because these kind of came out of nowhere. This like random release of the historical collection. And I thought she was really cute. By then, the classic mode was starting to grow on me. And I literally showed her in my last video. But, this is its own video now. So I can show you up close how Kirsten has what she's evolved into. That sounds so funny. But yeah, she came with her full meat. So that was obviously a big draw. And these were released at $150. And I think, a month or two later, all the prices went up. What are they now? 155, 160? I don't know. Once I have something in my collection, I forget how much it costs. But the price went up, and it's just funny how, I feel like it was very soon after these were released that people were saying, oh, it's a good thing. Hopefully you got it right away because already the price has gone up. So I think out of all the the original three, I know the most about her story for some reason. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's a lot about her in the American Girl zeitgeist. And so she's just the one I know the most about. And what I didn't mention about Samantha, I have 6 versions of Samantha and not a single one of her meat books. Like, for some reason, every time I buy Samantha, she doesn't have her books. So one day I'm going to have to make it my mission to just buy her box set or something and then read them because I love her so much, right? So I thought I was done with Kirsten because I just, she wasn't my favorite by any means. And then, like I said earlier, a few times, I discovered how amazing Pleasant Company is, or how much I like Pleasant Company. So then I definitely needed to get a Pleasant Company Kirsten. And this is Kirsten. I've had her in this outfit for 2 weeks. And I said to myself, I'm going to show her as many times as I can while she's wearing this. And I think this is the 4th time I've shown her in 2 weeks. And I didn't plan it on purpose, but I said, I really want to show her as much as possible. And here she is again. It was just so cute. Okay, so before I want to talk a little bit about the outfit and stuff like that, but what I want to say first is, after realizing I love Pleasant Company, the reason the way I was able to buy this doll is because someone on Facebook Marketplace was selling a bunch of really old Pleasant Company and American Girl dolls, and he just was, I don't know how else to say it, he's not going to watch these videos, like a middle-aged white straight man. So I was like, why does he have these dolls? And he had really rare ones, and they were priced pretty fairly, either they're a collector or they did their research before posting them. And so because she didn't come with these strings for her hair. Her meat outfit was pretty much complete except that, but instead of that, she had Kaya's hair clips, the round stone looking ones. And so I was like, well, she's missing her hair thing, so can I talk down the price a little bit? So we did. We met up. And then when we met up, he told me that they were his mother's, and she's no longer with us. So he was, selling off her stuff that way. And I was just like, oh, that feels kind of spooky. And so as far as I know, she's the only doll I have who's basically from an estate sale, if you know what I'm saying. So now let me bring her close because she's so cute. And I want to talk a little bit about her hair because all the times I've shown her, as this is the 4th, I never talked about. All I did was I braided her hair and then wrapped them around to make what I think is kind of like a Princess Leia style bun. Sorry, just making sure I wasn't covering the microphone because I was in a really awkward position. Because I'll talk about things and I'll tell like half a story. But anyway, so her hair was pretty easy to do. I just used some bobby pins to clip it into place. And then the Samantha doll, I mentioned where the seller, somebody else had approached them and they were asking for a lot of pictures. I think she's the Samantha seller who said she had a lot of Kirsten's Scandinavian hair ribbon and she could just send me some. She threw it in, I guess because I was such an easy buyer, like, yeah, she's perfect, send her right away. So she sent me this and now I have like a little spool of these because I don't have her Christmas outfit or her winter outfit. So as you can see, she must have found it. Must be pretty easy to find. So anyway, this is my pleasant company Kirsten, who is absolutely perfect in every way, and even more so in this winter outfit that I didn't know I was going to love so much. I mean, I loved it, and that's why I wanted it, but I didn't know I was going to love it this much because it took me this long to put it on her. And now the next Kirsten I'm going to show needs a lot of explaining, so let me show her first. And I bought her from the same person I bought this Kirsten outfit from way after I bought this outfit though, so it wasn't to go with this doll or anything. So let me show you what I would call a tender loving care TLC Kirsten doll. So as you can see, she's the older kind of pleasant company doll, and I'm going to bring her close so you can see. I think she's no color in her, like she's lost all of her paint, and her hair is pretty dry, but it looks like it's actually still in the same style because the elastics are where they should be. And her eyes look a little funny, like maybe the beginning of silvering, but nothing that I can really fully tell. But I couldn't pass her up. There's more to it. I'm going to show you a little bit more to the TLC-ness of her in a second. The seller person, we kind of become friends because I'm buying from her all the time, and she's always sneaking stuff in when I'm buying from her. She's like sneaking in little presents and stuff like that, which I often show. And so she sold her to me for I think $10 or $15 Canadian. And what you can't see right now is she's missing some fingers. So when I say TLC, I mean TLC. So what her solution was, she also threw in a doll body, which she said, because they're all stringed and I can just put the head on this body. But the thing is, the color's a little off. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me, not bothers me, but like this isn't a pleasant company squishy body like this is. So I haven't gone in to fix her up yet. I've had her for not very long, maybe like a month or so, and just trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to customize her? Do I want to give her a pair of mittens? Do I want to stand her like this in my display once I give her some color and fix up her hair? She's just wearing the birthday outfit for the meantime because I, didn't want to put her on here and nothing. And so she's definitely my most TLC doll. Missing fingers. And not that I'm mad about it. It's just really funny that look how sneaky that I pose her that way. And then of course, the last Kirsten doll I got, the only one who's come out since this Kirsten doll here, is the St. Lucia limited edition doll that was released within the last couple weeks. And I didn't bring out her wreath because I got her repackaged up. I did my very last video before this one was unboxing her, and then that's why I showed this Kirsten over here and this Kirsten over here, but not this one. And so I've just pulled her out without her wreath because it was pretty complicated getting the wreath back in, and just for a little video like this, it wasn't necessary. Besides, you wouldn't even see it. You can't even see the top of her head. And so if anybody was curious about her, I know she's not, people are having mixed feelings about her, but she's got her pantalettes, which I used to think were called pantaloons, but it turns out boys wear pantaloons and girls wear pantalettes. Speech is so funny. And just socks and everything else that you would probably already know that comes with her. She's got strings like the old dolls, which I also found kind of interesting because, they're trying to reduce all this plastic. And so summer, not to bring this back up, but just I thought that I was saying, oh, well, maybe summer will have strings instead of the plastic cable tie, but she didn't. And people informed me that it was like due to safety standards or something, but she has it. So I don't know, maybe it's just only the collector level dolls are considered more adult. So maybe that's why they can do it for her and they wouldn't do it for a child's doll, not for a child. So this is it for my Kirsten dolls, and let me get these girls behind me and move on to the next batch. As I was putting up the Kirsten dolls, something that I said I realized I had only said half of a story, that the way I said it sounded so rude. Talking about my first Pleasant Company Kirsten doll here when I got her, and I said the man was like a middle-aged straight man or whatever. Like, why would that matter? The thing is, I have had a couple instances where I've purchased dolls from someone who didn't seem like a doll collector, that felt, like shady. So that's what it was. Like, I didn't want to walk into a sketchy situation because, looking at his pictures and his job and stuff. Like when I went to pick up the doll, it was from this warehouse, and, up in the middle of kind of nowhere, went there on my lunch. So that's what I meant by I didn't understand why he had the dolls. And, you when you're buying something through Facebook, he wanted cash. So that's why I meant. I'm sorry. And I realized as I was putting it up, I'm like, I didn't explain that story. I just sound like this judgmental person who thinks straight men who can't have kids or can't have dolls, but that's more what it was. It was just, I'm sorry, he didn't seem like a doll collector, if you know what I mean. That's all I meant by that. And now let me move on to my Molly dolls. It's like I've started out with all the classic, like all the original historical dolls. So funny that the ones I feel like I didn't care that much about to begin with, those are my most multiples. So Molly, the first Molly I got was the Be Forever Molly, because I'm in love with her camp outfit, and this is the re-release of it, obviously. And I just want to point out, in case she looks funny, she doesn't have her glasses, and I ended up letting someone else wear them because where she is displayed and because she's camping, I feel like she's okay without her glasses for now. One of my Molly dolls, actually two of my Molly dolls didn't come with glasses, but an outfit I bought did. So anyway, that's why she doesn't have glasses. One day I'll look for glasses. Sure, why not? It doesn't bother me that she doesn't have them in my display, but she's incomplete, and then I can give her glasses back. But I was totally fine with just having Be Forever Molly, who, this is the newer mold. So in case you're wondering what makes it newer, they just got like bigger, rounder eyes. And I'm still not sure. I've heard different things that, they've just evolved the mold, like Mattel, or when they bought the rights to the dolls from Pleasant Company, they didn't have access to the mold, so they had to build them themselves the best they could. And of course, with bigger and rounder eyes, because that's just kind of how dolls have evolved over time anyway. But again, with Molly, thinking I was good with just having her in my favorite Molly outfit and not needing another doll, then I realized I love Pleasant Company dolls. So the same person I bought one of my Samanthas from, I'm looking up the monitor to see if I can point her out. Does it really matter? Oh, it's this one. Nope, wrong side. It's this one here. So when I bought this Samantha, I also bought this Molly. So same time, same seller. And, oh, she's looking really up. And so I got her with no outfit as well. And the person I mentioned who gave me the Kirsten with no fingers is always sneaking in gifts. She sneaked in this dress, Molly's birthday dress, because I just mentioned I wanted it. So anyway, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, where we've kind of developed a friendship from transactions, from me buying dolls from her. Because I'm never selling my stuff, so it's just me buying from her. And so because I just had the dress, I think she might be wearing the ribbons from Melody's school uniform. And these could be a pair of Claudie's socks. And these are Be Forever Samantha's shoes. What's Be Forever Samantha wearing? All right, she's got her Philly frock on. So yeah, she's just kind of like put together. I do love her birthday outfit, and I was planning to buy it. I might still one day because, I like the socks and shoes that it comes with. But in the meantime, I have this gifted dress. So on that side, it feels kind of rude if I go and buy the entire outfit. And because of this, the outfit's probably going to sell out. And they're like, well, too late now. But I already have this for her, so it's fine. And then I think it was another case of seeing a Molly being sold within Canada at a reasonable price, maybe during October when they were doing when we get those free shipping Tuesdays. So I ended up buying a third Pleasant Company Molly, who came with her full meat outfit and her meat accessories, but she didn't have her glasses. She didn't either, but when I bought Molly's Christmas dress from someone locally, for some reason she put Molly's glasses with it, but the dress didn't come with glasses. So it's just like, she just was like, hey, you can have this pair of glasses, whoever buys this dress. So I had two pairs, but not enough for the three dolls. So over time, I think I originally had her in the meat outfit that she came with this, like I said, the meat accessories, the beret. And then the person I bought this Molly from and then that Samantha from was selling so this was sold, this is the run that was sold on the website not even that long ago, and then it sold out not that long ago, and I really regretted it. Like at first, I don't know what it was that I didn't like about it. The shape, there's something about the shape of this dress that I didn't love, so I didn't, and maybe I was so obsessed with the camp outfit that I was like, no, this isn't as nice as that. They both have saddle shoes, so I don't need both of them. But I love these saddle shoes. I love saddle shoes in general, and dolls are so cute. And so that's why now that I had 3 Mollies, I was like, what am I going to put her in? Because I do have winter outfits for both of them. The skate outfit I have for her, and the Christmas dress I have for her, which will be going on them soon, obviously. It's like late November now. And so the accessories then recently sold out for this too. So I was like, oh, now that I have the outfit, I should get the accessories, but too late. So she's fine just to have her meet purse with her. And I also have those 2 theater seats that they're like plush, and the seats retract like they do in a movie theater. So that's where they sit all the time. It's like, when I tell you, I did all my dolls tour. No, why I'm saying this right now, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I did a doll room tour maybe like, what would it be, like 7 months ago now? And the amount of dolls and displays since I did that video is ridiculous. Like, I think at this point I'd be, no, it's not that bad, but I'd be a little bit embarrassed to show people, be like, where do you sit? Behind me. But so it's not that bad, but I'm just saying, like, I have so many dolls at this point that something's going to give eventually. I don't know what that means, but I'll figure out when I get there. So now let me get Molly behind me, and I will move on to the next batch. Okay, we're kind of coming out of the historical doll-wise now, but not uh, as far as the dolls being actual historicals, not my fake historicals. So I'm going to move on now to a Truly Me I have triplicate of, and that's number 77. Now, the first one I got, he's right here. I got him to be Claudie's brother, Jody, so the brother she has in the story, and even the outfit he's wearing underneath the apron was, I believe it is more 1920s style. I think that's even, so this was made by a Canadian seller. Yeah, but she's a Canadian collector, and she makes American Girl doll clothes, and it's done through a Facebook group, and when she puts them up for sale, they go so fast, and I was so excited that I managed to get this outfit because it was perfect for Claudie's era. But then as I got more and more Claudie dolls, I needed the space he was in for Claudie. So I did end up moving him into the 1950s because I grew Mary Ellen's world, and I have a whole bunch of dolls, at least 9 in her world at this point. I'm kind of glancing over at them, but I'm not going to count them. I think it's 9 or 10 dolls that I have for Mary Ellen's world now. He works obviously at the Seaside Diner behind the counter, and he's the only unaltered version I have of number 77. So there's nothing really much to see here aside from how he looks in his spiffy little suit or overall suit and uniform. So this is the first one of 77 I got. And to anyone who doesn't know, because I live in Canada, we used to have them sold in stores, a chain of bookstores called Indigo. And then the contract must have come to an end. We don't know. They just sort of announced last year in a sneaky little blink and you missed it story on their Instagram, Indigo did, that they were no longer going to be carrying American Girl. No date, just that it was, they were no longer going to be carrying them. So throughout time, they ended up putting things more and more on sale. And by the end, a store near my work, so it's like the Indigo near my work was actually the first one American Girl was sold in. And so they had all these number 77s and 91 dolls and 106 dolls left. And so they were putting them on a major sale. It went down to 85. This is Canadian, by the way, so minus about 35% because of the currency exchange if you're thinking about American. So it went down from like 85 to 50 to $35. So when it hit $35, I went and bought, that's not true, when it hit $50, I went and bought a second. I didn't plan to alter him. I didn't plan to customize him, I mean. So I bought him because I have a CYO doll that I've put into Julie's World, also as a basketball player. And he just looked really lonely up in that display. So I ended up getting another Julie outfit, the older uniform, to put on him to be like his little best friend or his teammate or whatever you'd say. So his name is Antoine. And I had originally given him brown eyes, lighter brown eyes. They were off-brand to make him look a little bit different from Jody because he's literally displayed right underneath the diner. So it just like, for me, sometimes I'd be like, oh, I wish they just looked a little bit different. But those eyes just made him, they weren't the right size. So they just made him look funny. So then I ended up, as I'll talk about later, I ended up getting another 91. So I gave him her eyes. So now he's just a regular 77 doll, but with gray eyes, which something so subtle makes such a difference, which is a really fun thing about American Girl. So it's like, you can just do something as subtle. Well, it's not subtle because it's a lot of work and it's very scary to do, and like it's painful to be honest. But when you do it, look at the difference it makes. So different. And then they went down to $35. And at $35, I was like, should I buy gifts? Should I buy I kind of just gotten into customizing. I was new and shaky and nervous about it. I don't think I'd done a proper eye swap yet, but then I didn't care because I saw this number 77 and his wig is so cute. I'm pulling him back just so you can see the whole look because he's wearing a mix and match of CYO pieces, I believe. His name, I named him Tobias, and so he's in the 70s, he's in the 50s, and he's in modern times. So he's my most modern doll I've shown so far. And to differentiate him from these two, aside from having this amazingly adorable wig, what's cute about it is it hangs lower on it comes down lower on his face, so the curls just look longer. I gave him hazel eyes, and I don't remember who's at this point. Huh. Wow. I guess it doesn't matter. I might have even bought them as eyes. Let me see if the skin tone matches. Yeah, they're close enough to a skin tone. Oh well, doesn't matter. I didn't know this was going to stump me, but it doesn't matter. He's got hazel eyes. So to look at them all three together, there are a lot of dolls here now, so it might be a little hard to, I can't tell how easy you can pick them out. But anyway, so this is the kind of thing where like they're only different from each other. And I feel like they do look very different and unique, but because I've made alterations. So anyway, from now, I think the rest of my dolls might be pairs, so this might move along a little bit faster. So give me a second to get my 77s behind me, and I'll be back with the next batch. Well, it looks like I get to continue the story I was telling about 77, where the sales that went on at Indigo. So let me start with my first Truly Me 91 that I got. I got her regular price because I wanted a doll to fit into Corinne's world, and I just had this vision of putting this outfit on her. It's Corinne's figure skating outfit and figure skating accessories. She may not have everything on her just because I brought over what wouldn't be too cumbersome. And I just love that. I've loved this doll. I know the outfit she comes. I don't like the outfit she comes in at all. As I've said, she's a multiple, so I don't use her outfit at all. It's just sitting in a drawer. But because I could see her as the perfect color match to this outfit, I knew I had to have her, even though I feel like she's not very popular. I don't see much conversation about her, but I feel like every time I show her, I prove the haters wrong because she's cute, right? Isn't this like such a cute little look for her? And she's so unique, and I know people don't love colored hair very much. Well, they're the fantasy rainbow kind of hair. But if you find the right outfit, like I did, and feel free to do the same thing if you feel so the need. Because I actually think she just looks so perfect. And when she's with Corinne, who's not in this video, their colors really go together really nicely. Like they're the perfect match, even though I know Corinne probably has a best friend in her story who looks nothing like this. And now going back to what I was saying when Indigo put the dolls on sale, when 91 made it down to the $35 as well. And I don't think I ever would have gotten, because unless you like this doll with her hair, I was like, there's no way I'm going to buy her as a gift. But then I realized that she is so far the only Sonali mold doll with a 35 skin tone, the deepest skin tone that American Girl makes currently. And so the only version of her has gray eyes and purple hair, so she doesn't look realistic. So I thought, $35, I'm going to make a realistic version. And as you'll see in a second, I already had the wig to go for this doll. And I don't know whose eyes she has at this point. I mean, I've done enough eye swaps that it could be anybody's. So this is Marguerite. Her name's Violet, by the way. I just said the Truly Me number and left it at that. But yeah, so I named her Marguerite. I've told her story many times. She's up in Corinne's world. So they're both in Corinne's world. No, sorry, Corinne's ski snack shop, but she's actually up in Joss's world because that's where I put that. And she's wearing a mix and match outfit. So remember, I talked about the friend I've made. I'm always buying her stuff, and she sneaks in free out clothing pieces. So this is all everything that she's wearing is from the friend I made through buying. And then she's wearing shoes from a Healthy Roots doll that I talked about very recently. So if anybody saw that video and they were curious about the yellow shoes she comes with, Marguerite stole them. So she's not getting them back as far as I can tell in the near future. So yeah, they're I put them beside each other, and to me they just feel like two totally different dolls, even though their hairstyle's similar, and I don't think I did it on purpose, but because the wigs were similar, and I don't know, it just happened. I've tried to make her more unique, but you know what? It didn't even matter because she already does look unique with just the way they're colored so differently with their hair and their eyes. And now, she's wearing 106's wig, so let me talk about the 106 dolls that I have. The first one I got was full price because when I started collecting American Girl, I got in through Courtney's collection, but didn't really love the dolls yet. So then by the time I did get around to collecting American Girl, I had so much of Courtney's collection and I had Courtney's collection because I loved her outfit so much. I grew up in this era, so it was very nostalgic for me. I don't mind nostalgia bait. I actually love it. And so I was trying to come up with dolls that I could make look a little bit 80s, and her hair's so big that she's not fitting on camera. I'll bring her closer, obviously. So I wanted to, make the dolls look really different from each other, kind of unique. And I've named her Stacy. As I said, she's 106. I've named her Stacy after Stacy Q, an 80s singer, which was kind of a theme that I did with my Courtney collection. And Courtney's collection is all mix and match, so I don't really need to talk about what she's wearing, really. But the earrings she's wearing are from an Integrity Toys doll, which is actually a 1960s doll that I took it from. But I thought it looked really good for a 1980s doll, and the color, and her hair looks so cute in that side pony. I could never get enough of a side pony because I was an 80s kid. And so a long time later, Indigo had this sale going on, and I was like, I think she only made it down to $85, and I didn't want to wait any longer because I really liked this doll, and I could see myself, even if I wasn't going to re-wig her, which I ended up doing, I could see myself restyling her hair and making her look different enough. But around the time that I got her, I was already re-wigging, and I don't know if I'd gone to eye swapping yet, but definitely re-wigging. And so I had bought a few wigs. I don't know whose wig this is because it's an American Girl wig, but I don't know which doll it came from. It could have been many. It's a very common wig. The thing is, it's usually a side part wig, so I turned it to a middle part and then just kind of trimmed it so that it all looks the same. So her name is Evan, which is short for Evangeline, and she's just a little country girl. And I don't know if this is called the Western chic outfit or if it's a mix and match. I think it goes together. I don't know. Once I put something together, I forget, and then it just becomes canon, and then I forget if this really does go together. So, these are all 35 skin tone dolls. That's cool. And they probably all look a little bit unique, right? Because I just feel like dolls can be the same doll. And to me, I don't know, it could be the lighting the way I'm sitting here, but these look like, even though they're the same doll, they could be from a different batch. So that's what I was saying before. And now I'm getting down to the wire. I think I'm almost done. I say that, but then I might not be. So let me get these girls behind me and I'll get to the next batch and hopefully be done soon in the sense that I can go to sleep because it's getting late. Why do I do this? For the next pair of dolls, I haven't had either one of them very long because I know I did the unboxing of my first, they're Tenny, the unboxing of my first Tenny on here. And I remember being nervous because when I got into collecting American Girl, there was so much like negative discord around her or whatever, so much almost hate toward her within the community that I thought, well, I'm going to get in trouble when I post this because, people don't like Tenny. And it's like I'm supporting this doll that people have such, bad blood with. But then when I did post her, and I might have even mentioned that in the video because people were very supportive, and I found out she does, time has gone on and she's found her fan base. Maybe she already did have it, but people just love, negativity is just louder than love, I think, sometimes. And so my first Tenny, I like, because for the longest time I thought I shouldn't get this doll. People hate her. What's wrong with her? And I didn't love the classic mold yet, so I was fine to not have a Tenny doll, but I did have some of her outfits because I loved her like country vibe. But I gave them to other dolls. So then when I ordered Tenny with no outfit, I was kind of at a loss. Like I just liked her because she was unique. To anyone who doesn't know, if you've seen in my other videos, you probably like know how she's unique to me. But it's the unique skin color. She's got a unique freckle pattern, and then she's got that sort of mole, above her lip, like Marilyn Monroe, Madonna kind of mole. And then she was the one who introduced these decal brown eyes. It's like get close as possible because these are one of my favorite things about American Girl. Love these eyes. I just wish, they were more commonly used. And so I didn't even know what I was going to do with her. I toyed with the idea of, and I think when I did the unboxing, I might have put her in this outfit, or at least put the hairpiece on her to see if it matches. It does match better in real life than it looks like on camera. I'm kind of glancing and I'm like, it looks so bad when it's on camera. So yeah, the reason, and what I liked about her too was she's well, Logan could too because he has the same hands, but she's the only doll who could really hold this fan properly. So putting her in, it's not really in Caroline's world as she drops it. It's she's not really in Caroline's world. She's in a scene that I like to consider just dolls being dolls, almost like a doll tea party, because it's her, Caroline, and Cecile. Are you gonna hold it now? Make me sound stupid for saying you're so good at holding the fan. That's why I love you. So yeah, I did end up getting another Tenny, but probably not for the reason you would expect. This is my second Tenny. I haven't had her very long. Oop, that was this Tenny's fault because she's got such long hair. And that's another thing about Tenny I can show, that she's got this long, really luxurious wig that, a lot of, I love when dolls, American Girl dolls, have a lot of hair. Actually, I say that, but I also like when they have short hair too. So I just like different stuff. And so the reason I got the second Tenny was because I want to Frankenstein her, meaning like take her body, because it's got the unique hands. I don't know. I forgot she had that microphone because she can hold stuff, right? So that's what I love about the doll itself. By the way, if I'm seeming a little loopy, it is very late. I should have started this earlier, but I never do that. And I really want to make a custom classic mold boy with these eyes. I was about to bring her back as if I didn't show it 2 seconds ago. And then I'll do something with her. I don't know. I might rewig her too because she was sold for really cheap. That's the reason I bought her, to make her kind of like custom fodder, because the wig is a little dry and I don't know, it's missing this curl. I don't know if that means somebody removed it or if there were 2 different types of wigs for her. I've never heard of that, but so I have a feeling that it's been cut off or ripped out or something. So I don't know. I might rewig her. I don't know what I'll do with her yet, but I know I want to make, so this outfit also, what I was saying I wanted to make is like, I want to make like a boy rocker doll. So this would be the outfit. And if I could find, see, I wanted to do it with a classic mold boy, but she's got a weird skin tone. And I don't know if I looked it up and she's the regular, I think it's not 5. Is it the 10 skin tone? Like the white skin tone? But she doesn't have the same skin tone as the other classic mold boy dolls or any other of that skin tone color doll. You know what I mean? So I don't know what her skin tone is and how I'm going to make a boy and put him on this body and give him these eyes. But I don't know. Maybe I'll just give him the eyes, and it has a handle so we can still hold it, because any doll could hold it. It just seems special because she can just go whoop and just got that like dynamic pose with it. Anyway, so that's what I love about Tenny and why I ended up getting a second one. But obviously she's not going to be Tenny in my collection. She's custom fodder. And now every time I talk about the next doll, I feel like I almost have to start with an apology, because she's a very beloved doll and I understand, and I do love the doll. My only problem with this doll is I have bad luck with the mold, and people may already know who I'm talking about, and her collection shows off a little bit too much for her cloth body. But when they did that historical re-release very recently, not very recently, a few months ago now, they included Josefina and her birthday outfit. So I was very excited to be able to get a Josefina and risk getting one with bad eyes, which I did, because I mostly do. And I don't know if it's going to pick it up on camera, but so many times, and it's got to be a problem with the mold, because it's the same eyes. All the dolls have the same eyes. Like one eye is always, she can never like look straight at the camera. It's like one's looking at the camera and one's looking off in thought. You know what I mean? She's like thinking about how she's supposed to pose. But I do love her birthday outfit, and even though it shows off a lot of her cloth body, I put her meat necklace with it, and then I just tied it really close. I used an elastic to make it tight to her neck to cover the neck joint, because I just can't do it. I can't take it. And then, okay, so I never had any intention of getting another Josefina, because as I've said, I have bad luck, and so she's not one of my favorite dolls because of that. And no hate to people who love her. I'm glad you love her, and I can see why you do. But then when I was talking about, I did a video talking about my favorite historical outfit, my favorite outfit of each historical doll, and I said this one, for the reasons I just listed, I was able to make it hide her cloth body, and it's got orange on it, which is my favorite color. And then a few people chimed in saying they're surprised I don't love her riding outfit and that I should look for it because it would be to my taste. And I was like, great, put that in my head. I looked it up, and I think power of suggestion made me look at it a little bit more, and I was like, oh, now I like it. Thanks a lot, commenters. I mean, I really do mean thanks a lot because I do like buying stuff, as you've seen. And so somebody was selling her. I often drive to America to pick up stuff there, American Girl stuff that doesn't ship to Canada. And so there's a town that I passed through on the way, and somebody was selling a really old Josefina doll in the riding outfit. So that's why I have two Josefina dolls. But when I bought her, the intention was to put the outfit, have it on the one Josefina doll, because I didn't have Marisol, and people were disappointed I didn't have Marisol. So I thought, you know what? I've never seen Marisol selling locally for a good price. So let me buy this doll, and I'll put her in Lila's wig, because I have Lila's wig from buying it from somebody reselling it. Because this doll had a very crunchy, dry wig. But then I found Marisol. So I also had a Kaya wig. So I don't consider this a custom Josefina. I considered Josefina. It's just she's wearing Kaya's wig, which is a pretty good match. Like, it's very soft. It's pretty close in hair color. So I do consider her still Josefina. But I wonder if anybody's, still watching. Does she look like she's been squished or something? Because her face looks a little like puggish. Pugs are cute. It's not me insulting the doll. But I just feel like there's something a little off about her face. And then I saw somebody else posting about, not a Josefina doll, but another doll. Almost like, she could have been in a toy box with something putting weight on her here, and so her face is kind of caved in. And somebody suggested to, not to me, but to another doll I was mentioning, that, heating up the head and then, holding it in a way that it makes it go back into shape. Because I don't know, I feel like she looks, it could just because she's an older doll. She's not Pleasant Company old where she's squishy, but I think she might have come out around the time somebody was educating me recently. I think it was around between Lindsay and Marisol, where the dolls were starting to get like thinner and thinner. So she may just be like a transitional Mattel doll, and that's why her body is thicker but not soft. I talked way more than I expected about these dolls, so this is why it gets later and later as I'm doing these videos. So let me get these girls out of here, and I'll do my second last batch. If I remember correctly, I think I have 8 more dolls to go through. All right, 6 dolls left. Not 8, close, but a little bit less work than I thought. Okay, so one thing before I get to the next batch, just in case anyone noticed, the Josefina in her riding outfit, as I was putting her away, I realized she has this choker around her neck, and in case anyone noticed, and it was like, what is that? Why isn't he telling us what that is? I recently was throwing out doll boxes that I had stored to make space, because I need space. And I realized that Kira had a bracelet in there that was tucked behind her book that I never knew about. It's something you would wrap around her wrist twice, but she doesn't need it. She's wearing a long jacket. And because that Josefina doll right here, her neck joint was visible with that outfit, I just threw it around her neck and totally forgot it was there. So that's that, if you were wondering. And so now back to the next batch of dolls. I'm going to start with my 75 dolls. Truly Me 75. Feels like I've been showing 75 dolls though, doesn't it? And so he was the first version of Truly Me 75 I got. His name is Mikey, and he's Canadian in my collection. That's why he's wearing all this Maple Leaf stuff. And I did an unboxing for this outfit, and I put it on like an old Gott's body, like a Pleasant Company size body, so the limbs were thicker. And I probably scared people into thinking it doesn't fit an American Girl doll. And I should probably put this in another video at some point too. But as you can see, with a newer, skinnier, like a slimmer body American Girl, it's a great fit. He looks really good in this outfit. It's a little bit of a mix and match, but anyway, this is such a cute doll. They've only done the one release of the Jess Mold Boy, and I love him. Like, I love the way he looks. I love the blackness of his hair, and just got a very cute face. Jess Mold is very cute. But don't ask me why when I got my second $75, I made him blonde. As if, because like I preferred darker hair dolls, but I guess to differentiate him. So this is a customized 75. His name is Billy, a very typical 1950s name because he's up in Mary Ellen's world. It's Billy Nguyen. And I don't think there's much else to say because all I really did was give him this platinum wig that's not American Girl. I thought it was when I bought it. I thought it was the same wig that comes on, is it 74? The first classic mold boy doll, but it's not. It's a lot paler and it looks good. Like it looks fine, but it's just, you can see it's thinner. And the other thing I did was remove the paint in the corner of his eyes because, you know, some Jess mold dolls, they have sort of, I guess it's to make their eyes look more almond shaped, but they don't always do it. So that was another way I could sort of differentiate them. And so it's not that I'm trying to rush. I just don't have a lot to say about these particular dolls that I haven't said. That's, you know, still interesting. And now it's kind of confusing about my Truly Me 76 dolls because the first one I bought is named Rohan, and this is him here. And so he's been like, I have Logan as my sort of mini-me. He's still Logan. I say that all the time. I recently gave him Rapunzel's eyes, the grayish blue ones, because if he's my mini-me, that eye color is the closest to mine. And then I always had this idea that I was going to make him look a little bit more like my partner, who has, you know, true black hair and a little bit darker eyes than the amber eyes 76 comes with. And because I had the 75 wig, I had talked about it in a couple of videos, and people said I shouldn't do that unless I can find another replacement for him because he's so hard to find now, even though it's so weird that I was like, oh, I shouldn't do it, even though I didn't feel a need for both dolls. But anyway, let me talk about Rohan, bring him up close and explain to you. By the way, these boy wigs are so hard to remove. I'm pointing at this one, even though that's not even an official wig. So this wig got a little bit damaged. I was able to fix it up. But I'm just showing you him up close because, you know, he's got the darker eyes than the original and darker hair. And when I removed the brown wig that he comes with, it was the same trouble that I had when I removed the black wig from him. So here's the replacement that I thought I was going to customize, but his wig was even harder to remove. So now if you can see them kind of up next to each other, I don't think I've shown them beside each other before because the only time I've shown him the customized one was in the volley video. So yeah, I think you could see they're quite different when you look at them. Move my big head. So yeah, who's this one? Has the lighter eyes, lighter hair, and he's got, the person who was selling him had him in his cute pajamas, which was such a bonus because I so far I'm calling him Carlos, but I don't, that name's not sticking. I don't think that's going to be his identity. And I do like the pajamas, but I don't know if that's going to be his story. It's just, he was kind of like a last minute purchase in the sense of I didn't really want to do it. And then I saw he was cheap, someone I bought from so many times. So I was like, I guess I should just listen to what people say in the comments and buy another doll because that's what I need to do, have an excuse. All right, so let me go now. I only have 2 more dolls left, my last pair, and then we're all free. My last pair of dolls are Kaya, but the first Kaya doll I got wasn't intended to be Kaya in my collection because he was very TLC when I got him. Just needed total cleaning, and the wig was beyond repair, except for cutting it into something short. So that was what I did when I got him, and I can't tell you how many times I've talked about this doll on here because I've had him for a long time. So, you know, I've been talking about him since the beginning of my channel, all 9 months ago now. So here he is. He looks so cute. And I'll say this a lot of times when I show my Kaya mold dolls who are boys, he is very cute as a boy. Sorry, the Kaya mold is very cute on boy dolls and very cute on her. But I mean, they're kids, so it's not like boys and girls can't look alike. You know what I mean? He's wearing some kind of Sun and Fun outfit that I got at Walmart for like retail price, even though it's really old. It's like a Truly Me outfit. And because I've talked about him so many times, I don't think I have much else to say about the doll itself. It's not like I'm going to go into a story again, but you know, let me bring him close so you can see just how different, because there is quite I feel the Kai I'm about to bring out here looks quite different. I mean, these dolls are always evolving and, I don't know, changing over time, for better or worse. That's up to you. And here is my actual Kaya doll, who I believe is she Be Forever? I don't know the difference between Be Forever and regular Kaya because it's the same outfit. So as you could, oh, yeah, I guess the older Kaya dolls had more deeper, richer complexion. So that also differentiates. I'm looking at them on the monitor. But she's wearing her Powwow of Today 3 outfit, which I know it's supposed to be like a dance outfit, but I didn't get the trading outfit because I like this one a little bit better. And so that's why she's got her trading accessories with her Powwow outfit. And so I was about to say I made it, but so did you if you're still here through all the dolls, because I don't know why this feels like I showed a lot more than 35 dolls. Maybe because I showed them in so many batches. It's bringing back. I did an all my dolls video a few months ago now, and that was okay. I shouldn't compare to that because that took me like all night, and this is just like really late, and I have work tomorrow, so I was. This should have been a weekend video, but it's okay. I'm here now. I'm done, and I will make it to work. Uh, so let me, I guess, put these back up, put these on here behind me, and then I'll do a final group shot. Why not? And that's it. You made it. For me, the best part about doing these big group videos is this big shot at the end. It's worth all the work, you know what I mean? So let me go in a little bit closer. I don't know, just in case you want to see them. Just a little quick scan over in case you want to compare them. I couldn't fit my newest Kirsten over here, so not much of a comparison you'll be able to do when she's the last doll you'll see on this row. But tell me, is it just me? Are they all different? Poor little Kirsten at the end there. Had to fit her somewhere. Yeah, I some of them weren't bought as multiples because of looking so different, but just because, like I said, I saw potential to make them different and add more to my collection because it's like I didn't have enough. So yeah, I haven't put everything together yet, but I'm sure it's a pretty long one. So thank you to everyone who made it. Maybe this could be one of those videos you give me a like so I know that these are a good idea to do these big, long, drawn out videos. So regardless, I will see you soon in the next one.